Namaste. So lovely to be back with you for another meditation session. So thank you so much for having me. I'm Aine McDaid and I'm sat today in my little meditation pod out in the back garden. So I have a heater going here today, even though it is March and springtime. There has been some kind of storm here in Derry. So it's pretty cold and very rainy today. But you know, I was just thinking that spring for me in March is like really a time of hope. And even though I can't see the sun today, it's very, very cloudy, it's still up there shining. I just can't see it because of the clouds. And it makes me think of kind of our radiant light. We each have a radiant light that shines in each of us all of the time. And sometimes we just forget, and then we forget that we've forgotten. And in meditation, it's an opportunity to reconnect with that sort of inner light, with our true nature. And what happens is that the thoughts distract us and get in the way, just like the clouds outside today. So that's where my head went when I sat down to start this little session. So today we're just going to connect. We're going to connect with that lovely inner light. And I thought that given that spring is, you hear about spring cleaning. People do a lot of spring cleaning, getting ready for the summer, where we clear out a lot of the old stuff and make room for the new. We're going to do that. We're going to tend our inner gardens today. And we've got to think about what seeds we're going to plant. Seeds of love, compassion, kindness, forgiveness, truth. What seeds do you want to plant in your inner garden? I long ago stopped making lists of kind of things I was gonna, like to-do lists, or things I was gonna give up, or sort of goals sort of orientated lists. And I find that for me, what works best for me is that when I get in touch with my inner core values, everything in the external world kind of takes care of itself when I'm acting from a place that's in alignment with my true self. So a few weeks ago I did a meditation for myself, and the three things that came up for me were compassion, courage and truth. So compassion for myself and for those people around me, for all sentient beings. To find the courage to speak my truth, that's something I would find quite difficult as a people pleaser. So having that courage to be able to speak my truth. So those are the three things that I'm working on internally at the minute. Those are the sort of seeds that I've planted for myself. And in today's meditation, I'm going to ask you to connect with your higher self and see what comes up for you. See what words, what values come up for you. And don't force this or try too hard. Just kind of let it happen organically. And it might be that the answers, you're asking the questions, but the answers aren't coming to you today. That's absolutely fine, because you're opening yourself up, and over the next few days, even in your dreams, things will start to unfold, and just be open to all the little signs from the universe. And it can make it quite exciting too, to go through the day kind of looking out for these answers, these signs. And everything that exists. Every answer you need exists inside of yourself. Sometimes we just need a little pointer. I was saying, I was doing a meditation the other night. I was saying that I had a session last week. It was a conference, and I was quite nervous about it. And I put a sign on the door. It was a lunchtime thing. I put a sign on the door: please don't ring the doorbell. I had my phone on silent. I asked my mum to take the pup out of the house so it wouldn't bark or cry or scrape on the doors. So I was trying to control everything to make sure that I had absolute silence for this meditation. It was a live thing going out. And just as I'd taken people into stillness and silence, the next thing, it was like, you would have thought someone was coming through the window. It was the window cleaner. I didn't even know we had a window cleaner. I thought he was breaking in. Whatever the tool he used just landed on my window. And I sort of thought, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? And I just kept going. And afterwards, I was really laughing. I thought, there's a wee lesson there for me in that. And I was sharing with my group the other night that I really think the universe is telling me to stop taking myself so seriously. Life happens, you know. It's not the end of the world. The wonder cleaner made a noise during the meditation. And actually, the object of meditation is to learn to meditate in the middle of chaos. You know, we try to create these little bubbles of peace and serenity, and that's lovely. But ultimately, we want to be able to meditate on a busy bus or standing in line at the supermarket. So we need to learn to deal with the distractions and label them with no attachment and then let them go. So during your practice today, if there's noise, my end or your end, just label it as noise and let it go. And if you find yourself distracted by thoughts, label the distraction, label the thought, and let it go. Always remember that you're not your thoughts, and you don't have to believe everything that you think. And that's a nice little kind of tip. I do that often. I'm having a thought. Is it true? No. Okay, then I can let that one go. So we're going to start with a little bit of breath work. And it's so important to learn to breathe properly. And we're going to do some really simple breathing techniques. And then at the beginning of the meditation today, I'm going to invite you to release some things, because we can't invite in the new until we release some of the old. And I am going to start you off with a visualization and invite you together. We'll release some general things. And then I'm going to get you to take some time and see what you can release today, and be as specific as you can. And nothing's too big or too small. When I do this work, I find that sometimes I'm holding on to something just so lightly, like I'm not gripping it, I'm just holding on, but I can't let go. I'm not ready to let go. And sometimes it's a really gentle letting go, not this big dramatic letting go of something. So see what comes up for you today. And that's it. So get yourself comfortable. Remember that the essence of meditation is awareness. So even if you're having 200 thoughts today, as long as you're aware of them, you're still meditating. So just settling down into stillness. Try to sit up nice and straight so that the spine is long but not rigid, because we want to have this lovely open space in our chest and in our bellies to really invite in this breath. Relax your hands by your sides. If you'd like to take a mudra, you can have your finger and thumb touching and palms up or palms down, resting on your knees or your thighs. Or you can have your hands just one on top of the other, thumbs lightly touching, just resting in your lap, or hands on top of your thighs, whatever's good for you. And just begin today by closing down your eyes very, very gently. And just become aware of your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. I always like to imagine a little feather just sitting on my top lip. And I want the breath to be so gentle that that feather doesn't fly away. And notice how your breath feels today. The sensations of the breath entering and leaving the nostrils. The temperature. The speed of the breath. And as we move through our breathing exercises today, Just listen to your body. We all have different lung capacities. So if my count is too long for you, you go ahead and shorten the count. That's absolutely fine. Remember that there's no right or wrong. And we're going to do some conscious breathing. In and out through the nose. And just following my voice. So begin by taking a big, deep breath. Right down into your belly. And exhale. Fully and completely. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 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 Take a big deep breath. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Take a big deep breath right down into the core of your being. Exhale fully and completely. And then return to your own natural rhythm of breath. Bringing a very gentle awareness to how you feel. And you've given yourself some time to consciously breathe. Remember that the out breath is an expression of letting go. So just begin to experience now a sense of spaciousness and letting go. Feel a sense of expansion. And once you release the old, you make room for what you do want in your life. Taking a deep breath now. As you exhale, allow your imagination to become really open and receptive. And remember that there's no right or wrong. So allow whatever images and thoughts and feelings that come up for you to be just as they are. And really meet yourself today, wherever you are at. So just imagine yourself now, standing at the beginning of a long pier. Imagine that it's late at night, but the night sky is lit up with a magnificent moon, and the silver rays shine all around you. The breeze is warm on your skin, and you can feel a sense of pure peace standing by this lake. Just notice how still and calm the lake before you is. And notice now that you're standing with a basket of flower petals. Each flower petal represents that which you are releasing, something that no longer serves you. So just take a big deep breath right down into the core of your being. And as you very gently exhale, silently say to yourself, in this moment, I willingly let go of what no longer empowers and nourishes me. In a few moments, you will walk along the pier, stopping at each post to pause, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, you will drop a flower petal into the water, releasing something from your life. And we'll start this journey together, and then you will journey alone for a few minutes, releasing that which no longer serves you. So taking a deep breath, lifting a petal from the basket, and as you exhale, releasing the petal to the water as you silently say, I release fear and doubt. And walking to the next post, lifting the petal from the basket, taking a deep breath, and releasing the petal to the water as you say, I release anger and judgment. Slowly making your way along the pier, stopping at the next post, lifting a petal, taking a deep breath, gently releasing the petal to the water as you say, I release all feelings of unworthiness. Take time now on your own, stopping at each post to release those things that you need to break your attachments to, those things that you're ready to move on without, those things weighing you down in your journey, people, places, things, old patterns of being. And try and be as specific as you can. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. Taking a few more moments. Breathe and release. Breathe and release. And just coming now towards the end of the pier. Place the basket on the pier and look up to the moon and silently say, I release all that which is no longer in alignment with my highest self for the greater good. And just notice how light you feel. All of the struggles and hardships, failures and disappointments were all lessons, all ripples guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you. So go ahead and sit down at the edge of the water under the full moon and feel how gentle your breath is. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the space that you've created in your body and in your mind. Bring your awareness very gently now to the top of your head. And just imagine a little opening at the top of your head. And feel a tube of light coming out of the top of your head, connecting you to your higher self. Breathe into your higher self, being aware of the pure love of your higher self. Breathe into this love. Breathe into this divine, healing love. You might notice some sensations at the top of the head, a warmth, just an overall sensation of love and peace and well-being. And take a moment connecting with higher self and ask, what is my highest intention in this moment? What intention will serve my higher purpose? And as you connect with your higher self, remember that you have all the answers. You just need to listen. Listen with your heart. So spend in a moment now in stillness and silence. What is my highest intention in this moment? What words come up for you? What feelings come up for you? What sensations come up for you? And don't force this or try too hard. Just be in the moment. You and your higher self, breathing gently, listening with your heart. And just spending a few more moments now connecting to your higher self. And always remembering that silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. And just taking a big deep breath now, right down into the core of your being. And as you exhale, just closing over the space at the top of your head, as much or as little as feels right for you. So it might be that you want to keep it open a little bit as you move through the rest of your day, or it might be you want to close it over completely. You'll know what feels right for you. And just by having the intention to do this is enough. And now we move into a really important part of our practice. And this is where we check in with how we feel. And remember that the essence of meditation is awareness. So starting with your physical body, scan your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and check in with how your physical body feels. And just label any sensations, any pain that you're aware of, any numbness, any areas of tightness or relaxation. Anything at all. Label these sensations gently with no judgment. How does your body feel? And take a long, slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your awareness very gently to your mind. How does your mind feel today? Just bring a very gentle awareness to thoughts that you had. Maybe any recurring looping thoughts. And again, do this with no judgment. Remembering that you're not your thoughts. You're the observer of your thoughts. Has your mind been busy during today's meditation? Or have you noticed moments of stillness between the thoughts? And again, not judging this, there's no right or wrong. How does your mind feel? And taking a big deep breath. As you exhale, move very gently now to your heart center, your spiritual heart, right in the center of your chest. How does your wee heart feel? And maybe just acknowledging any feelings or emotions or sensations that came up during that meditation. And again, do this with no judgment, but with a very, very gentle awareness. How is your heart feeling? And just resting in the space of the heart for another moment, when I read you a little poem by Eckhart Tolle, Beauty Arises in the Stillness of Your Presence. Beyond the beauty of the external forms, there is more here, something that can't be named, something ineffable, some deep, inner, holy essence. Whenever and wherever there is beauty, this inner essence shines through somehow. It only reveals itself to you when you are present. Mind, which lives in the past or future, can neither recognize nor create beauty. Could it be that this nameless essence and your presence are one and the same thing? Would it be there without your presence? Go deeply into it. Find out for yourself. Taking a big, deep breath right down into the core of your being. And as you exhale, bring your hands now to your heart center, or place them over your heart, whatever feels right for you. And feel deep, deep love and care and compassion for yourself. For showing up for yourself today, for giving yourself the time and the space to sit and get to know yourself. It's a really brave thing to do. And I thank you so, so much for allowing me to hold this very, very precious space. Namaste. Oh, thank you all so much for joining me today for meditation. And if anybody has any questions, I'm not saying that I'll definitely be able to answer them, but if you do have anything, or if there's anything that you want to share, sometimes when we sit in meditation, especially when we're new to it, we sort of can feel sensations or different experiences that maybe you don't understand. And if you'd like to share those with me, please feel free to do that, and I'll always get back to you. I have a little page on Facebook. It's called Soul Tribe Studio. So you can find me on there, and if you're not on Facebook or that doesn't resonate, my email address is ainedoodle@yahoo.com, and that's AINEDOODLE@yahoo.com. And it's just always lovely to hear from anyone who's joining me for meditation. And if I don't know the answer, I still practice with my teachers. I can go off and investigate and ask, because I very much feel that I'm on such a journey myself, and there's definitely things come up that I have to go away and ask about. So yeah, I'll leave that with you. But thank you again, and hopefully I will see you for more meditation next week. Lots and lots of love.